My voice is gonna be disguised, and you're gonna mosaic my face out.
I like to be relaxed. That's part of the reason why I'm here. I'm not, sitting in an office space working for some jackass who only cares about his bottom line.
This one I did for King Buzzo. This is one that I did for Primus. I think it was, well, it's last year. This one recently, someplace called San Francisco, I believe is how it's pronounced.
What I try to do is I get into a zone akin to being in 7th grade and doodling through class without paying attention to a damn word. I purposely in college avoided illustration classes. When I decided I actually wanted a job other than at a gas station, when I got back into the illustration thing, the thing that clicked for me and what changed everything was because of the technology, was because of, in Photoshop, I was able to hit Control-Z and undo.
Here, look, I'm gonna show off touch controls. And this is recently for the Melvins, and I just decided to go with the concept of cosmic shit. And so this is kind of my interpretation of cosmic shit.
So this is gonna be like possibly the side cabinet art for the Alice in Wonderland pinball machine. If you look down here, these vine layers, what I do is I make little viney brushes. I'm only gonna draw these vines over and over again. So I draw a portion of the vine, and then what I do is I'll go over that. If I need to tie it into a spot, I'll expand the appearance on that guy, and I'll clean up the intersections. And so then I'll go ahead and maybe change it a little bit, add some more thorns in here. I'm the guy who, if you want some just a different take on something, if you want some weird shit. I like lines. I like forms. I'll do lots of line work and typography, things like that in Illustrator. I'll end up taking lots of those elements, pulling them into Photoshop to do a lot of color work. I tend to get contacted about a lot of logo work. The benefit of a small town versus a larger metropolitan area, you can be both anonymous and known at the same time. I've got a wife, I've got 3 kids. So being able to balance responsibility.
I realize watercoloring is not my forte.
I can't do that when I live in the city.
Do you guys want to go see Grandma and Grandpa?
Tomorrow on our trip to Chicago, if we take 6, we'll go through Napanee and we should be able to see some stuff. I was approached by a motion picture film that wanted to use some of my work because there was this character that they wanted to basically be portrayed as like this loser rocker. And they're like, your work embodies that. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Ducks. Yeah, so we're going to Chicago to visit John Papaduik, which, by the way, I never know exactly how to say. I think it's just Papaduik, but it's got the UI, and so I like to kind of ulik just in case. He's a former Bally Midway pinball designer, has a lot of well-known pinball machines like Theater of Magic and Circus Voltaire. He has a new company doing custom pinball machines called Zidware Inc. And I've been working with them for about 4 or 5 years now. The way John and I work, because he's in Chicago, obviously I'm in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. We work remotely. We use Creative Cloud now to pass stuff back and forth.
When I first started going to Chicago to work with John, I would actually take a 17-inch laptop and a 21-inch Cintiq. And with the Surface Pro and with the Adobe Touch tools, literally, that's all I take.
You want to go over the Magic Mirror Pachinko after you pull up the sketchboard.
It's a lot more convenient, a lot quicker, and the one thing that I can do that I couldn't before is I can literally walk out into his studio over to one of the prototype machines and actually put the surface right on it and start talking about the changes right there and then and working with them. So it's powerful. I hope nobody looks at my art and says, oh, this guy's in the cornfields of Indiana. It's funny, I've been really fortunate. I get to do a little bit of everything in a lot of different genres with a lot of different companies that I like. I got a lot of things going on now, some things I can't talk about yet, and some things that are more exciting that I'm afraid if I would talk about, I might actually relieve my bladder in front of the cameras, and I don't really want to do that.